Good afternoon, John.
Hello.
How are you?
We're good, thank you.
Good. It's been a few weeks since we had a chat.
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But nice to be back.
It is nice, yes. So just to jump right into it, you can see in front of you, we've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks worth of painting.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So you mentioned that you've been working on some Dragoons.
Yeah, I've one of the benefits of being the boss of a wargames company is just occasionally you can pull rank and say to your factory manager, I've got nothing to paint. And because I don't have a pile of lead under my bed, I'm very disciplined. But I did say to Bernard, I said, Bernard, I need to paint something or I'm going to sicken and die. And he said, well, we've got some new Spanish horse and dragoons. Perhaps let you have a couple of regiments of those early. So he snuck those out of the factory for me. And here we have them. We've got these beautiful Spanish dragoons, Napoleonic, of course, in their bright yellow jackets. It's very yellow.
Very nice.
More of which later. And these fellows, who I believe are light horse in the dark blue. I think there's a light horse and those are dragoons. Though I suspect they did the same function on the battlefield. I messed around a little bit with the uniforms. I'm not sure if the trumpeters were in red, but it just looked so good. I made sure they were in red. And the 2 standards, I didn't have the full references to hand, so I actually pinched them from the English Civil War Dragoon set. But they look quite nice and they look quite believable and painted up in Spanish colours. Well, that's what I say anyway. But that makes 4 regiments of Spanish cavalry I've got now. And this is my 12th regiment of Spanish infantry. I said I've been on show with these before, but I can, by spraying them white, I can get a whole regiment done in 4 hours, 10 minutes now, including undercoating, basing, flocking and putting the flags on. So it's if ever I've got 2 evenings to waste, I'll do another battalion of Spanish. And those who are big into the Spanish will realise that I put 2 flags on this, and it shouldn't be because this is a 2nd battalion. It should only be 1 flag, but hey, don't write it.
Do what you want, right?
Yeah. Do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks kind of cool.
It does look really cool.
What else have I got in my pockets is, we've got this, the Hail Caesar Punic Wars rulebook for the new Epic Hannibal series. And elephants everywhere.
They're fantastic.
And a really beautiful colour. So this is coming out in about 4 weeks' time. And it's looking fabulous. So I wondered how long it would take to do one of these strips. And this is a strip of Romans. And the middle ones are just the shoulders and heads. It's a plug system where you have the front and the back and basically a blank strip in between apart from the heads. But I had a go at this, and this took me just 11 minutes. I haven't based it yet, but it just took me 11 minutes to do that with some of the contrast paints. And I think it's come out quite nicely. A big regiment of 2 or 3 things would take half an hour. It's nothing. So you can build up some really big armies very quickly for Hannibal.
And they look really great. They're quite believable.
They look great.
And am I right that you painted those up with the new Fanatics range from
Yeah, I'll go on to that
Painter?
any second now.
Yeah.
Funny you should say that.
Yeah.
Mentioning the new Fanatic paints, we sell these, which are from the Army Painter, and it's their brand new range. And their boss, Bo, came over to see us to say that they've repigmented all of their range and they're covered really well. And I said, well, okay, well, that's great. You say that, and I'll take your word from it because you're a gentleman. But he then produced, from his briefcase, as if he'd found it there, he produced a black slotter base from King's Workshop. And he took some of the yellow paint. And as we all know, painting yellow over anything is anybody's best guess how it's going to turn out. But with one splotch of colour there, it covers so well. Had I put over a second coat, it would have been utterly perfect. So I tried red as well, another one that doesn't go well over black. Covers beautifully. And these are available now. I can't tell you how good they are. Their covering is just, it's fantastic. I use them on these guys for doing the plumes and the epaulets. And this yellow I use for these dragoons here. One coat, and they just look amazing. So if you haven't tried out this new range, get one of the basic paint sets and see what you think. They're great value.
So what's that you're drinking out of there?
Aha! Warlord mugs.
Had some people asking for those.
Then make it so.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to work on getting some mugs, maybe some hoodies, some different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Sounds good.
sounds good, Pike. And then finally, folks, we've got a good friend from Japan, a chap called Kazoo, splendid name, and he's been dealing with Warlord for many years now, and in various hobby products, and he's bringing out a product called Paint Tamer, which is a great name, for a range of handmade paintbrushes. And he left us some samples the other day. These are the samples here, and I've been using them to paint these various regiments. And the joy of them is that they say they're handmade, and they're nylon pointed, nylon haired, but they keep their keep their points really well, which is, of course, not the size of the brush, it's the point that you need. And these guys have been using them now for over 3 weeks, and the points are as sharp as ever before. So we'll be working on these.
They're quite beautiful to look at too.
They are very brilliant. They're ergonomic, fit in your hand really nicely. Nice range of them there. We'll take a picture of it. But keep an eye out for these on our website. I thoroughly recommend them as great paintbrushes.
Very exciting.
So, it is exciting.
Lots of new things coming this year, isn't there?
Always something new from Warlord.
Yeah.
That's what we like to do.
Yeah.
And I can promise you a lot more as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, John, for your time.
You're welcome. It's good to talk to everybody. Cheerio. Bye.
Take care.